All right, I'm going to do a quick review of some of the whiteboard items we had in week 6. I don't think we had much in terms of week 5, and the other ones are posted. This was one of those days where we did an example. We did this campus vehicles example. And so we had an entity called vehicles, we had an entity called checkout, had an entity called staff, and one called maintenance. And this stemmed off some other work that we have done. And so you can tell by the writing, the students were responsible to come up with the attributes for these, and then they tied them together. Okay, in terms of checking out the vehicles. And they actually did a database management system for that. So you can see here, if we were to highlight that, this is which vehicle, which staff has it checked out. Okay, and then they have a date of the checkout and a couple other pieces of information in there. We didn't complete the maintenance part. All right. The next page we talked about Humane Society, where they keep track of adoptions. We talked about that. Here we were just working on entities. So we talked about adoptions, what a table, this could be an active table where it's keeping track of all the donations. Which animals, they were going to tie that together in terms of being adopted, so you keep track of that. And then they had the volunteers, the people. The volunteers are people who donate, people who adopt, and actually in Humane Society too, they have volunteers actually, for example, walk the dogs and help, write what other things could be done at the Humane Society. This is a leftover from the car situation. This is a different example here. So then here we talked about teachers, the entity teachers, the entity courses, and what sessions, and the entity students. And again, here we're trying to talk about relationships. Okay. One to many. One teacher can teach many courses. One to one. This course, this unique course, for this particular term exists here. And then we talked about students, and we had many to many. We can have a student can be in many courses, and a course can have many students in it. That makes sense? Talking about the students taking the course. So here we're working on moving to understanding constraints and cardinal of the relationships. So here let's review them. Okay. We have a relational type, represents the possibility of association. Okay. And the constraints. So we talked about it could be one-to-one, one-to-many, and many-to-many. This can become more detailed, but this is all the further we want to deal with right now. So we go from a conceptual view, we develop the entities, we develop the relationships, and now we're learning that we can do that using a diagram. You know that now, we didn't know it back then. Then eventually a relational database management system can actually store the information. We can move from the relationships to actually making tables and using this to actually put the data here. And that's it for this week.